ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I might.
Cut my shit up, bro.
I feel like that was a while ago.
Turn me up, bro. Turn me up, man.
All right, y'all. Sorry for keeping y'all waiting on the podcast. It's been a couple weeks.
Man, he got a weak
had
ass
quarantine. I was almost dead for 2 days, so I had to shake back negative. So
You better be negative.
All right, so first we're gonna jump off. Well, I'm going ahead and let y'all on what we're about to talk about. All the things we're about to talk about. We're going to talk about Houston sports, stock market, death to Cicely Tyson, Dr. Dre, Chad Wheeler, the Seahawks player who is charged for domestic violence, T.I. and Tiny situation, and this transgender girl guy, transgender athlete who's now killing the game. All right, so Houston sports, the Texans, the Astros, and the Rockets.
So what the Astros did?
They George Springer
gone. He probably had the best RBI percentage on the Astros team last year. Gone.
Look, bro, I'm an Eagles fan now.
Why Eagles?
Because that was always my second favorite team behind the Texans. Now, since Texans did what they did, Sean Watson gone. I'm out.
But
I'm out, baby.
Watson not gone yet, though.
I'm out, baby. I'm out, baby.
And the ESPN released the interview. You know, the new GM for the Texans down there. It's like we would have no interest in trading Deshaun Watson.
Right.
This and that comment may be true, but then maybe again he could just be saying that for the press. We don't know what's going on in that office. That's why a lot of people just need to just keep their comments to themselves. No matter what you say on Twitter and Facebook, that ain't gonna change the minds of the people in that front office.
How much guarantee saying shit on Twitter and Facebook like it's signing a petition or something?
If you ain't your comments on any of these social websites is not gonna change.
It ain't gonna make it.
How much guaranteed money Watson got? Like $80 million, right? That nigga got enough money to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just not gonna pray.
And then they gonna put a lawsuit on all that shit.
No, they not, bro.
They gonna milk him for something. He not gonna.
His contract was $100 and some million.
Right. And you think they just gonna let that go?
They gonna let that 80 go. That's guaranteed.
That's guaranteed.
But that's not, if he sits, because that's a lot of money for another team to pick up. If he sits and not play, that's gonna ruin his reputation.
Yeah.
That's gonna show his love for the game.
I would. That nigga can chill. He ain't gotta worry about that shit.
But if you okay with doing that means you don't really care about playing football.
Nah, right now, how I feel about the Texans, the Suns just need to sit down and be like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all let go of DeAndre and y'all. That was the work, bro. Come on, man.
I know, but then you have people like DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson
speaking up,
and then you have the Deshaun Watson following behind what they're saying. So the people in the front office gonna be like, okay, you're siding with them and not siding with us. So now we just gonna make it hard for you now.
Now you're creating tension between you and
the tension already was created when Bill O'Brien was there.
But you know, Bill O'Brien gone.
And it's still there. What's the other dude that Andre Johnson said? As long as he in the front office, it's always gonna be like that. It was some dude.
Yeah. He said, and that's the point. Now that Andre Johnson has said that, and now you're trying and if you start sitting out and saying I'm gonna get paid anyway, I'm gonna give. It's just like them teachers. I'm just here. I'm just as long as I get my check on the
talking about yourself.
I'm good.
You talking about yourself?
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The teachers who just there for a check, my man. If he go to work and he sit down in that locker room, like I ain't dressing up. I ain't going to practice. I ain't going to this meeting. I'm just here to get my check.
Would you be mad at him?
I wouldn't be mad at him, but the team that's supposedly supposed to pick him up, I'm not going to pick you up.
I would.
Because you might not like the person in our office when we bring him in. You going to do this exact same thing? No, I'm not dealing with that.
Just because you don't like a nigga, now you want to sit and you want to leave, you want to cry.
Just because you don't like the way another nigga talk. That's what it sounds like. You gonna sit your ass down right here and not do anything because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
That's what it sounds like.
You see this man, bro? Look.
This modern day slavery. If you didn't want to get in the game and do what another white man said, you shouldn't never play football. You should have never tried to reach this hierarchy of level of sports if this is what you was gonna do.
Man, it ain't got nothing to do with that, bro.
It has
everything to do with what's actually going on with them on that field, bro. How you let go of DeAndre? That's what he was mad about.
They want to get out your contract because they let another nigga go.
No, bro. And then they kept. Well, it has everything to do with the front office. You're right. I'm sure. But
I'm saying because that's dumb.
That was gonna happen. Like they gonna make moves.
That's gonna continuously to happen throughout.
They practically let Hopkins go so they can pay him more money. So
and he didn't have nothing against that.
Man, y'all wildin'.
Because when they offered him that bread, he signed that line.
Because my boy going to the Super Bowl next week, he took cuts for niggas to stay on the team.
Yeah, he did.
But his ex-teammate Gronk to come back.
Yo. Okay, so what are y'all looking at me about that for though?
So if you don't like the way the front office is, then you should. I mean,
if your front office keep doing dumb shit, nigga, you on a team. I understand it's a game and it's your job. You get paid for it. But if I want to win too, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to win.
Then he got mad because nobody in the front office was kind of listening to his suggestions.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I would too.
But you ain't know that. You ain't know LeBron. You ain't know Tom Brady.
He Deshaun fucking Watson.
Who the fuck is that?
The nigga
who barely make it to the first round, didn't get kicked out.
He was hurt most of that season.
Okay, so you just proved our point.
He still. So y'all saying this man ain't one of the best quarterbacks.
If I'm in the front office, he ain't gonna come here and dictate nothing because he ain't that cold.
Hey man, shit.
I mean, if you was
glad I ain't
was
Rodgers,
if you was Brady or Rodgers, and you would have won a couple Super Bowls.
Oh, the white boys. All right.
You one of them.
You one of them. Okay.
He one of them.
I mean, even Lamar Jackson ain't never won no Super Bowl, but I would allow him to make more decisions than Watson.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, this nigga.
At least he got him to a conference. His team to a conference championship. Watson hasn't done improved.
Y'all hear what y'all saying?
And when he had Hopkins, he didn't even do that.
When he had Hopkins, they was like the best duo in
and
the
got
league.
kicked out in the first round. Still.
AFC South. What the fuck? You have one competition. That's the Colts. That's on a good day. It is.
Who kicked us out in the first round? Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. No. Yeah, I'll take that.
You'll take that. He is a black. He's a mix, but
he's a mixed boy.
I would, and once again, that's another person who I would allow to dictate anything in the front office before Watson.
All right, bro.
So it's not. I'm not playing a race card.
Texans don't even have that type of. That shit don't matter, bro. That shit don't matter because Watson they should have listened to his.
Watson is another Harden. He got stats, but
he got the numbers. But he don't have the results.
He don't have the results.
Nigga, it's a team effort. Y'all making it seem like this man was out there throwing interceptions or something. This man was cold, bro.
And he had a cold team.
He is cold.
When Hopkins was here, I said that was his last chance.
They had a good line and everything.
No. Stop that. Huh? Stop that, please. Our line is trash. Stop that.
No, they had a good line.
It was decent to a point where he could win more games and get past the first round.
Hey, who that no-name nigga that's in the backfield now? Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, that was a great decision by the front office. Good, bro. Let's move forward to these Rockets, man. Talk about they stupid ass too.
So Rockets,
they do.
I would have let Harden go too. But they did get Oladipo. And they did get John Wall. Okay,
they had like 4 first round.
They got a few first round picks.
Fuck all that up.
And they got Cousins. I'm not saying Cousins. But listen. Cousins is nigga gonna do.
Go ahead, bro.
Cousins is an okay player. I do consider him a good off the bench player.
I should have left his okay ass where he was.
But he's affordable.
That's what they
doing.
That's what they've been doing.
I mean, give me Cousins and a few first round draft picks. I would take that.
Cousins is a good person to finish off each quarter. Like he ain't gonna play the whole thing, but he can finish it off.
He trying to get some fouls in.
That nigga.
We played basketball in high school before. You knew what Derek McWilliams was for.
Bro, that nigga DeMarcus Cousins he hoop like a nigga that just need to be at the park or something, bro. Like that's
and why he go get in there, draw them fouls, and he piss some niggas off. He gonna piss people off.
Yeah, he do that good. He gonna piss off the fans too.
Yeah, but you just need that. He needs to replicate his game, like his attitude. But I don't see the Rockets being too bad in the near future.
Yeah, I told
them
niggas too though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be bad.
I never supported.
Brooklyn still ain't gonna win though.
You don't think so? What? It's gonna be high scoring games from here on out.
Yeah,
that's
they ain't gonna win.
Oh, you seen what happened when Harden when they played together, him and KD? It was 30. Both of them niggas.
They ain't gonna win.
They ain't gonna. I don't think they
How
don't see
did
a
Harden lose
championship.
all that weight, bro? When he got,
they said he had on a fat suit or something
when he was playing with us.
A sweatsuit or something.
That nigga was bad as fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Real fluffy in that game. Then he
That
left
nigga
us.
looking real ready up in Brooklyn.
You know what I'm saying? Like
He's been playing real ready too, averaging double doubles already. So
that boy hit
That
hit us with that, man. I did everything I can for y'all.
bro, that pissed John Wall off so bad. Like, bro, we ain't been here. We ain't been playing with each other. They had only played 9 games, and he got up on the stage and said that, like, "Oh, we just not good." Right? What? How did you say that?
Harden a good player. He cold, but he ain't no Batman. He's a Robin.
Yeah,
that's the role he was playing with OKC.
But
that's the role he's playing now.
He was Batman.
But he couldn't do Batman.
But you had 2 niggas trying to be Batman because Russell Westbrook, he would be Batman and Robin if he could.
That nigga crazy.
That nigga be coaching. That nigga be playing.
That man is he's an omen, bro. Like wherever he goes, it's not going to happen. He would never. That's one person who I can say would never win a championship. I can never see him.
Since a lot of hate over there.
No, he's not an NBA championship player. He's going to mess it up.
Yeah, he did mess it up.
Bro, he's going to mess it up. You are not the last person to take the shot if need be. You are not that guy. But in his head, you can't tell him that. You can't tell him anything. And I don't even know why he's still being considered a top-tier player. I really don't.
That nigga be scoring, bro. He might shoot 1,000 shots, but he gonna make.
Oh yeah,
make some of them.
Man got 162 points since he's been with the Wizards.
Yeah,
and has taken 162 shots.
Hey, bro,
that's trash.
Hey, man, that nigga be up. He be hooping like shit. One of you bitches gonna sink.
Yes, but you don't play like that, fam.
I can't miss him off.
I can't miss him off.
Can't miss him.
One go down. Can't miss him off.
But once that nigga do find that sweet spot, though, he do be going on.
Yeah, then 30 games and being passed by the time he's fine. Fam be under 500, so it don't matter. But moving forward, we're practically done with Houston sports. I've been a Spurs fan anyway. I'm a Pop fan, so I don't know. Spurs. I was cool with Pop until he tested. He got a COVID shot. He was trying to influence all his players to get a COVID shot. I was like, come on, Pop.
I ain't really got no basketball team up there.
You heard about Hank Aaron?
Yeah, I heard he got
he got the COVID.
He got a COVID shot.
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. But you gotta understand he was in his 80s, bro.
Yeah, he was in his 80s, but maybe he would have lived a little bit longer. Maybe.
He would have lived to Cicely Tyson age, 96.
Yeah, maybe. I ain't gonna tell him, bro.
It should. And we can move on to Cicely Tyson, and it's like people should not be in awe of the death of Cicely Tyson. This woman has done a lot and changed the minds and lives of a lot of people through film. And to see that at the age of 96 and being able to look back at your work, we should be applauding her for her existence.
Be more.
That's
instead of a more, there should be more like
celebrate her life.
Celebration.
96.
96. She was almost 100.
1924. Martin Luther King would have been that same age today if he was still living. But it's like, damn, 96 years old, and she wasn't like on no walker or no.
She was still playing in movies.
Yeah, she was still starring movies like with Tyler Perry, moving around, getting drove around. Like she was still like active, and in her right mind. She died of natural causes, so I applaud that. I actually want to know what the hell she was drinking. So
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I'm gonna make it that long.
She didn't been through some shit. So
she ain't seen it all. 100 years.
100 years worse.
Almost.
1924.
Hey, I just didn't want to, I ain't gonna lie, not to make it a joke or anything, but I was hoping I wouldn't see somebody say she was gone too soon. But I had seen it though. I was like, I saw it. I was like, man, it's too soon. Like, too soon, nigga. Like, what?
Somebody said it and it had to be joking.
It had to be a joke, bro.
They had
but still, though, they didn't put no laugh emojis and nothing. It was just gone too soon.
Oh, man.
Bro. I hate people.
I just wanted to hit what he was smoking. Like, nigga.
Gone too soon. What you expect?
Oh, man.
All right, so
Betty White ass up there, too.
Betty White, yeah, she up there. She 99.
She trying to see more life. Keep going, bro.
We're going to get off this top subject of death and move on. But shout out to all my people in the 90s who trying to get there. Stock market. A lot of people have claimed themselves stockbrokers within this past 2 weeks.
Niggas invested in one stock and it's like this stock market.
Bro, I'm the guru now, bro.
Download that Robinhood app, not all of a sudden they invest.
Niggas booming. All I see is niggas tweeting about AMC and that. Nigga, that's 2 stocks. You don't know about the rest of them.
Talking about AMC stocks are low. Yes, fool, because ain't nobody going.
That's how that shit
I
works.
just bought 100 shares for $5. You ain't about to make no money. Nobody's going back to the movie theater anytime soon. And a lot of people don't know that AMC theaters don't make money off of the movie. They make money off the popcorn, the drinks, everything. Yeah, exactly. So
wonder why your popcorn be $10.
Exactly.
Soda be $7.
That's what increases their stock, not ticket sales. You stew heads. So, but yeah. Teach his own, man. Unless everybody just going there buying popcorn and leaving, and ain't watching no movie. Now them shares you just bought, they about to cash out on you and go bankrupt and say peace. Next thing you know, AMC Theater is gonna be like a Dave and Buster's or something in the mall.
Man, what the one in Deerfield look like right now?
Yeah, it was there. It's dry. It's just ain't nothing going on, bro. Cause showbiz up the Beltway is just there, bro. Like what we would usually see on a Friday night, we just probably see like 2 or 3 cars now.
Damn. Well, that's sad.
Cause they had a bowling alley in there too, but ever since COVID hit, I mean, why go
bowling alley, a bar, everything,
game room, everything. So yeah, all y'all people out there investing in AMC, good luck.
All the GameStop investors.
Good luck on that too. You don't even see GameStop no more.
They made money when it blew up, but it deflated so quick.
I've always had a GameStop, and this is why. When we were younger, like trading in games was like a thing. Like, I mean, try to get your money for it and try to use that credit to buy a new game or whatever. So, I mean, I have a lot of vintage games. I got NBA Street Volume 2, Def Jam Vendetta, all that stuff. I still have those games. So, if you go into GameStop, or even if you look online and try to buy these games, these are vintage games now. They're like $80, $90 on Amazon. If you go try to sell that game at GameStop, they're going to try to give you $2 for it. And it's dummies out here who are selling. I'm not gonna even say dummies. It's just like they trying to get rid of old
stuff. Have their retarded.
But no, it's like they trying to just get rid of their old stuff and just see what they can get for it. And they're only knowledgeable of a GameStop that buys games from. And they're gonna get that $6, $7, $10 maybe out of something that they can put on eBay and get hundreds.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
And that's how GameStop for years have been making their money. They buy them games back for $2, sit on it for years, and people are literally looking for these games now. And they're willing to pay that double, quadruple what they bought for it. And now it's just it's fine. People finally catching on. They can sell it themselves online. And GameStop, what's the point? Yeah. What's the purpose of a GameStop now? Ain't none.
In today's time, it's really purposeless for like third party anything.
Exactly.
Niggas is doing
We're going straight to the source.
I am the source.
Amazon is the plug, and
right.
they got everything.
Everything.
Well, we spoiled.
I don't know. So we spoiled, but the niggas, the younger ones, oh, they fucked up.
They have life.
Everything is. I got kids now at school that don't even have games. They just play PC.
Bro, let that Wi-Fi go out at my house. My son gonna go crazy. I'm talking about he gonna switch and his mind is gonna flip and he gonna go crazy.
I already know.
They fucked up.
I low key go crazy because that's how I watch TV.
Nah, me too. But if the Wi-Fi go out, I'm just gonna go outside. So, you know what I'm saying?
I already dropped that.
Go outside. Go outside for a little while.
All right, so on a more public note, we got Dr. Dre, who just been released recently from ICU. Had an aneurysm.
That's crazy.
And aneurysms are real bad. Aneurysm is like a step down from a stroke. Like it can really get it can get bad for a lot of people.
And they don't even know how aneurysm happens.
Stress, high blood pressure.
That's
I mean, that's where it comes from, like tension. Like that's how aneurysm happen. And then from that, you have this man who is in court and who has been in court for the past year with his ex-wife, trying to
get $2 million a month,
trying to resolve a settlement for millions and millions of dollars a month, not a settlement like $2 million and we're done. A month. We already know Beats by Dre is $1 billion company. Like, it's $1 billion product. So.
I'm sure she was probably hoping this nigga just died.
But the series of events is kind of
that, bro.
Because
she paid for $2 million a month if he died.
And look at the series of events. We look at Dr. Dre. I mean, when you look at him, he looks like a pretty good physically fit person. I mean, and then to see, okay.
So that's why she going for 2, because she know that ain't happening no time.
I'm about to get it now. But he's a physically fit man, and within the past year, he's been going through this fighting this settlement, trying to make it a fair shot, and then he gets an aneurysm and like he ends up in the ICU. She could have been okay. He's putting up a good fight. Let's stress this nigga out some more. Put some shit in his whatever and run his blood pressure up and let him catch. Like there can be things that entice this. Like this is millions and millions dollar worth of a lawsuit. Like
she wanted it all.
She wanted it all.
You think this nigga she don't want it all,
bro? She
don't want it all.
$2 million a month.
But I thought I read somewhere that it was like $2 million a month, but it was only for like a 9 month period, and then it was gonna stop. That's she wasn't gonna get that.
That's still damn near $20 million.
And Dr. Dre got like 600 on them motherfuckers. Shit, what you saying?
Boy, if I had that kind of money, I don't care. It's still a few million, fam.
I'm just
and we have there are stories that Dr. Dre was an abusive person, like he was abusive in a relationship. I mean, she could be fighting for this money to help with all the trauma that she's been through with him and all.
Cause money gonna make all that trauma go away. Shit, nigga, and what they did to me.
And a few million a month just make that memory go away from all them beatings she put on her.
Not to say it's funny to joke about that.
Yeah, no, domestic violence is not funny.
It's not.
Saying.
But she funny.
Was she shooting in the gym though?
Was she cooking up in the studio?
Yeah.
Nah, but I don't agree with domestic violence either. But then again, I don't agree with $2 million a month either. So I don't care how much money somebody got. Why do you need that?
The whole thing is because she got to support her lifestyle that she was living with him the whole time they was married.
So okay, but this is where I come from with that. All right, so we got a lifestyle that you need to support. Then you should have stayed in the marriage. If you want to keep up this lifestyle, why are you divorcing me?
Nigga, you beating her.
Okay, so if you don't want to take this ass whooping, leave and don't ask none of my money. Like, but it's funny. But
you should have signed a prenup.
But that's not a good argument to support this lifestyle. No.
Bro, if a person
that sounds like some spoiled shit.
Man.
Yeah, like okay, I spoiled you when we were together. We're not together anymore. So why do I still need to spoil you?
Because listen, they've been together for 20 plus years. So she was living off of him.
I got accustomed.
I don't know what she did on her.
I want to keep up my lifestyle.
It ain't about keeping up. What if you and your girl, she was multi-millionaire, but you ain't working because she got you.
Right.
And so you living for 20 years just like that. You like this every day of your life.
I wouldn't be, but I get it.
But I'm saying, and now all of a sudden, she beating your ass. You get but nah, so y'all get a divorce.
Right.
And you like, damn, can I have something? Because you know I've been you gonna feel that way.
But no, if you did what you were supposed to do in that marriage, business wise,
right,
and you put your name on them papers, you wouldn't even have to do all that.
Because if a man would do that, it really sound like a hoe.
And that Beats by Dre contract came after the divorce. That's probably why she reached.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nigga, if I ever marry a female that's that rich,
and you fighting in court trying to maintain a lifestyle
like a motherfucker. I need something, baby. Something gotta come this way, please.
I'm sorry for that time I slapped you and choked you, baby. I just need a fix now.
Boy, y'all better stop acting, boy. No cap over here, man. I want all that.
All right, well, speaking of that, okay, so we have a situation with this guy named Chad Wheeler. He's a player for, or I don't even know if they still have him, but he's a player for the Seahawks, and he has a black wife.
The golden boy let this slide by.
So this man, Chad Wheeler, is now he's being charged with domestic violence, and the domestic violence case kind of steered from him demanding his wife to bow to him, and she did.
That's why the nigga need to be shot in the head.
And he beat her so badly that he was surprised that she wasn't dead. And this is where it's coming from her. So what is her situation in this? Her situation is that she has not even went through and filed charges.
She ain't filed no charges. Shit, her face, I seen the picture. That's all the charges filed right there.
But she's not. I mean, but she's not the one that called the cops. She's not charging. She hasn't placed any charges on this man.
Maybe it's still too fresh. I'm gonna give her that. She got but something gotta happen. She can't let that nigga go free. That nigga rich, bro.
And he got bread. He ain't no, big time NFL player, but
I never heard of him before this. But anyway,
I think he was an offensive lineman. We wouldn't hear him. So, and that's even worse. This nigga's a big ass NFL offensive lineman.
That nigga needs to be dead, bro.
But I feel like this is very similar to the Dr. Dre thing, but over here you have a woman who's demanding her shit, and over here you got a woman that's like not technically the strong black woman. And for one, the only thing that we see strong about this is that she didn't submit to bowing to her husband. But I mean,
this nigga? Who are you, bro? Is you a king or something like that? Nigga,
I feel like it's them concussions.
That CT.
That's exactly what it is.
It's that CTE, and I do believe.
Which ain't no excuse, but
it's not an.
ain't no
mental health is an excuse. I do believe that.
Nigga, did you see the woman's face? That's not no excuse.
No, niggas be tripping.
So
niggas get black out and just go crazy.
Man, that shit crazy.
And sit there, eat a steak, and be like, and watch the bitch twitch, and be like, damn, she's still alive.
And that's no, but
yes, niggas' minds be fam. People's minds be fried when they had that CTE, bro. Like fried, like especially in the NFL. You know how hard they be banging their heads.
I don't feel like I still ain't going. I don't have no sympathy for the nigga though.
I wouldn't have any sympathy for him either, as long as he seeks mental health.
Seeks mental health? What? Seeks? No. He needs to be stoned and feathered. Tarred and feathered. Nigga needs to be stoned to death.
He needs to seek mental health. Like
only mental help he needs is a bullet in his head. Put that mental on the concrete, nigga. Shit.
So she gonna stay with him?
I think she is. Damn. She want to keep that lifestyle.
Maintaining that lifestyle.
Dr. J. White ain't get the memo. She don't know how to stay. But she do, apparently. But we ain't condoning that.
Keep my comments.
Wow, boy.
I'm not condoning that. She needs to stay, but she's going to. If she's putting up with it to that extent, she's not going nowhere.
Putting up with it, bro. How you know she?
Because that's not the first time that happened.
Probably not. Did she leak the pictures? Who leaked the pictures?
I don't know who leaked the pictures, but if somebody got beat that bad, I know for sure that wasn't the first time. I know
it might have been,
kicked her or something.
It might have been the first time. You say that CT shit be having a nigga going crazy. It might have been the first time.
But that's just if that's the cause of this. And if that is the cause of it, that's the only way I'll give this situation a pass. Only.
Ain't no pass. But shit, nigga. Keep going.
All right, so in more news, we have T.I. and Tiny. I just was brought aware to this today. And
he wrong. You already know I like this nigga.
From what I know,
can he tell you the story?
But from what I'm hearing, I'm looking at him as being in the wrong as well. Because I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest. I've had 2 daiquiris today. But Tiny ain't that attractive.
That's what oh, okay.
Tiny ain't that attractive. So if you want to add a third wheel to the party, I mean, if you got money to do it, then I mean that's your business. But when I start hearing things about how the third party is being drugged to be brought into this 3-wheel motion, I mean that's when it becomes a thing that you have to say like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Or if I don't have the money to keep this motherfucking mouth shut, then I shouldn't be doing it. And it's just that it's like that case with Lil Baby that we talked about before. Like he paid a chick $6,000 to keep her mouth shut, but she still came out and said something.
Yeah, I would have made her sign some papers to say she was
Indian
too.
I mean, yeah, I think Drake has that with his women. I believe it because ain't nobody said nothing about Drake. But
he do no wrong.
But with T.I. and Tiny, you look at both of them like, man, what's wrong with y'all? Like, why?
I don't look at them like that.
I look at them like that.
I look at them like they just some regular people who like being freaky. You know what I'm saying? They like that shit. The swingers out there.
First of all,
that's true, but that nigga's weird. I don't like that.
That nigga cool.
But, bro, T.I. been cheating since we've been knowing T.I. You ain't gotta have no threesome with nobody.
I mean, some people, but if they into that, what's stopping them? And look, I don't like victim shaming or blaming, but I don't think that shit happened.
You don't think the drugs and that? I don't know about guns, drugs, sex. No, I don't know about you.
I think that shit was consensual, bro. I'll just be real. That just me. I'm looking at the situation and everything, and it's like, man, y'all was going in that. You go to a nigga house with his wife. You go to their bedroom. You saying you didn't know what was gonna happen?
So can we say
the same shit?
Can we say the same thing about my boy Bill?
Yeah. So Bill Cosby didn't do it.
I didn't believe that either.
I definitely don't believe that. I'm on Bill's
that
side.
Shit, man. Come on, man.
R. Kelly didn't do it either.
R. Kelly did.
He did it.
That nigga guilty as charged, boy. He did it.
But I'm just saying, looking at T.I. profile, man, this man's been with plenty of women throughout this marriage with Tiny, and I just if you wanted to, if this threesome stuff was real, I don't see why it has to be real because he doesn't have to do it. If you want to have sex with another woman, have sex with another woman like you've been doing. Why would it have to be a threesome with your wife? So now it sounds absurd.
Because they into that shit.
And it sounds absurd. On top of that, it's even more crazy that you bring drugs and stuff into it to influence it. Because anybody can say, hey, they fed me these drinks. If he bought me this drink, I was influenced.
Because 10 times out of 10, I won't say 9 times out of 10, when a threesome happened, you ain't just sitting here regular like.
I can't see nobody being sober.
Right.
Probably not. They
Probably be on some alcohol.
Look, people was probably popping them pills. They probably was doing this shit.
And
I don't believe
who's providing the drugs.
I don't believe
who's providing.
Anybody was forced to do anything.
Who is the host?
I understand what you niggas are saying. I still don't believe they forced these women to have sex, bro.
I ain't gonna say that they forced them, but in some way or fashion, they gonna find a way this nigga was wrong.
And they gonna take them to court, get their money, get their bread, then leave. Simple. All right, moving on to the next and last topic, right? So we have Chris, the transgender
athlete.
The transgender athlete. All right.
Yeah, make sure you say that part.
So this is
not bashing you guys at all.
Not at all. But we're just trying to make sense of this and see if this is right and see if this is fair to other athletes that are competing against this person. Or this person of this community, because it's more than just
that nigga was cut up too.
Because he's a guy that's transgender.
He's a man.
I'm just saying.
I mean, his DNA speaks male, so.
Oh man.
But
we going. Well, we out of it.
No, but this is fact, and this is what I don't get about the LGBTQ community. It's like a lot of shit, but it's like these are all facts. Everything we're about to say right now is all facts, and we just want to get clarity of this. So you have one person who's an athlete. as a male, this person ranked 300, 290 in their races, and the decathlon, and no, it wasn't the decathlon, but other races, and like that, things like that within their state. A law was passed, and that allowed this person to express whom they wanted to be, and as they should, and they transformed over to female. I mean, it's transgender, so they
transition, my nigga. The words, my nigga.
But this person is identifying as a female now. That motherfucker transformed.
It's not a butterfly, bro. Keep going.
All right, yeah, you're right. So this person transitioned over to women races.
Yeah, that's wrong.
So this person who was once, I'm just gonna put it out there because I'm an athletic trainer. I'm gonna say this person was sucking at men's sports, transitioned over to female sports, and flourished
as he should,
killing everybody. Ranked in the state, all kinds of stuff happened. Medals galore. How is that fair? You see that this person just completely went.
I look at it like
crazy in these sports.
I look at it like this. If I had a daughter, and my daughter trained from like a young age all the way up into that point where she's in college now, and she's in this sport, and that's her passion. And now all of a sudden she got to play against a dude, and she never wins because
he just made up his mind that he wanted to be a woman.
You know what I'm saying? What did LeBron James did that? He went to the WNBA. That nigga Dave Chappelle said he had like 800 points.
But that's so true. Why do they get that pass? Why do they get that pass to play? I feel like he should still be playing sports with boys.
Just gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's plenty of females that I see. I train up my one of my athletes in the 8th grade. He has females on his football team. There's 2 girls that play football on his football team,
and that's cool.
And that's cool.
What they do?
I mean, I think they're like defensive linemen or something like that.
Linemen. God damn.
Hey man, you can't tell they a girl with them shoulder pads. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But either way, there's two girls that plays on that team, and I'm like, okay. They see no issue with this, but now if a male wanted to go play volleyball, then what?
But see, that's
he gonna kill that
He
shit.
gonna kill that shit.
Exactly.
Right
So that just leads us to why we believe that this isn't fair for a transgender to be playing in the opposite sex sports that they were birthed with. It's just.
I mean, hell no, this shit ain't fair. It ain't fair no way you look at it. You can turn that bitch like that. It still ain't fair.
And I don't see why anybody would go against that. I just don't.
I don't see why anybody would think that's right to do.
The person
but you know what? We ain't gonna say no names. Joe Biden, nigga, he did it. He think God right. Damn it. Executive order after executive order after executive order. He ain't signed shit into place for the black people yet. All them promises, what they had.
I mean, Democrats, Democrats.
You niggas got tricked again.
Them niggas got bamboozled. God damn.
Even when you got me.
Hey, yo, we done talking about politics. Man is in office, we over. Let it go. All right,
still 4-5.
But yeah, hey, that's it for this podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how y'all feel about our conversation, and we'll be sure to get back with y'all later in the week.
Holla at your boy. What's that? How long was that?